Okay guys, so today we are talking about the discriminant. And the discriminant is part of the quadratic equation. And we're going to talk more about that tomorrow. So on this side, well, we'll write it on both. Okay, so the discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. And these guys are getting multiplied together. Okay? Now, the discriminant is underneath a radical, so we need to talk about the solutions. It's not a fraction. That ends up, it's not a fraction. Okay, so when our quadratic equation is in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, then we can figure out our discriminant. This discriminant and this quadratic equation are basically solving using completing the square, but it's a tiny bit different. And this, well, you can decide for yourself which one you like better. Okay, so if you have a radical and you had a nice pretty number like positive 16, well, then I know that I'm going to get two answers. I'm going to get a positive 4 and I'm going to get a negative 4 for my two answers. If I had the square root of 0, then I'm just going to get 0. So that's one answer. Or if I took the square root of like negative 10. So then I could get a positive root 10, or I could have, oh wait, just kidding, positive I root 10, or a negative I root 10. Okay, so we would have to take the square root of negative 1 times the square root of 10, and that I would come out. Alright, so now, these are all different types of answers. This answer is two real solutions. This is one real solution because they're not imaginary numbers. And then here I have two imaginary numbers, solutions. Okay, so let's think about this a tiny bit more. So that means in order to get two real solutions, our number underneath our radical needs to be, our number needs to be bigger than, or, yeah, bigger than 0, not or equal to. In order to get one real solution, it has to be equal to 0. And in order to get two imaginary solutions, then our number has to be less than 0. Okay? Now this number that we're talking about is our discriminant. So this. Okay? So if we figure out that b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, we are going to get two real solutions. If we find out that b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, then we get one real solution. And then if we figure out that b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, we have two imaginary solutions. Okay, so today you need to figure out what the value of b squared minus 4ac is. Oh no, I'm so sorry. And then you need to figure out how many solutions it has. Okay? Again, it's underneath a radical, and we'll talk more about it tomorrow. So I'm going to flip it. Okay, I'm just going to write b squared minus 4ac at the top of my paper so I remember what to do. Okay, so for this problem, you want the 0 on this side instead of completing the square where we wanted to put the c on the other side. So b squared, my b value is negative 9, so we're going to take negative 9 and square it, minus 4 times my a value times my c value. Okay, so 9 squared is 81. And then we have negative 4 times 9, negative 9 times negative 5. And that's negative 180. Notice that I pretended this guy wasn't here and I made this negative part of my 4, which is what I recommend. And then whatever answer you get, you just use that sign. And then 81 minus 180 is negative 99. So this is my discriminant. This is one of the 2 answers I want. The other answer that I want is I want to know how many solutions. So because this is negative, this is going to be 2 imaginary solutions. Okay. All right, number 3. Okay, on number 3, I am missing a piece of my quadratic equation. Oh no, I'm missing my b value. So we're going to replace it. So we've got negative n squared plus 0n plus 3 equals 0. I didn't change my equation, I just put a placeholder for my b, because I don't have one. So here we go. We've got b squared minus 4ac. So 0 squared is 0. And then in my calculator, so I don't really need that guy, I have negative 4 times negative 1 times 3. And that is positive 12. So my discriminant is 12. Since this number is greater than 0, I have 2 real, oh heavens, okay, well, 2 real solutions. Okay, let's do another one. Now this guy, he does not equal 0 right here, and that is a big problem. So we need to make that equal 0. So I'm going to move this negative 5 to the opposite side by adding 5 to each side so that my c value is combined. So I have 3x squared minus 9x, and then minus 4 equals 0. And then I need to put this into my discriminant equation. So we have negative b squared, where it's just it's b squared, minus 4ac. So negative 9 squared is 81. And then we have negative 4 times 3 times negative 4. And we get 48. 81 and 48, we need to add, are 129. And that's my discriminant. Since this number is greater than 0, then I have 2 real solutions. And we'll talk more about what that means tomorrow. Okay, I'll do another one with you. We'll just keep going. I'll do number 7. Alright, again, I can't have this equaling a number. It has to equal 0, so I'm going to add 10 to each side. So I have negative 2r squared minus 7r, and then we've got plus 3 equals 0. So my b squared minus 4ac. So negative 7 squared is 49. Then I have negative 4 times negative 2 times 3. Is that right? Yes. And I get 24. And 24 and 49 are 73. So that's my discriminant. And since this guy is greater than 0, then I have 2 real solutions. Alright guys, let me know if you have any questions or you get stuck. Again, here is that piece of information. If you wanted to freeze it, you could. This is your discriminant, and then how many solutions it could potentially have. Oh, let me focus it. Alright, let me know if you have any questions or you get stuck. Bye guys, have a great day.